So guys, welcome back to another channel. Do apologize for the shaky cam. I have to get a new stand when I'm at work. But anyway, this thing is called the Hello Kitty Bluetooth wireless speaker, and you can find it at 5 Below. See the price tag right here, 10 whopping dollars. To be honest with you, I'm not sure what to expect out of this, but normally when it's name brand stuff like Hello Kitty, Naruto, and other things, they tend to be a little bit better because they're official products, but I can't say that this one is. Anyway, it says charge time 2 hours, play time up to 5. I'm hoping that in the user manual, there's a little bit more information than that when we unbox this together, but let's get right into it and not waste any more time. So just so you know, the timestamps are in the description if you want to skip certain parts. Now, for the people that actually like unboxings, I was going to take everything out and just have it sitting on a table. But for a dramatic effect, I'm going to go ahead and just do it this way. So this is the speaker right here. I actually like the way this looks. You know what's funny? This is the type of speaker that I would just put in my display case just to say, oh, I have something from kind of different genres and anime and different backgrounds. But I like this. I mean, it's a solid speaker. I'm squeezing it. Doesn't feel like it's going to break or anything. There are like minor imperfections right here. The little dirt stains right there, things like that. So far, I mean, it doesn't seem bad. I don't like that. I feel like my finger can. I guess that's just the way that it's made. Anyway, you do have the USB-C on the back. You also have the what I'm going to assume is the power button on the back. We'll just put the speaker right here, and let's see what else comes inside the box. So toward the bottom, make sure you don't throw this box away when you first get it, because on the bottom you'll see the instructions right here. I'm glad that I did unbox it this way, because sometimes people don't pay attention to that. Let's see if I can get that out. Give me 1 second. Won't make things difficult, huh? There we go. So, box right here. Only thing it comes with is the instructions itself and the actual charger cord. So before we get into this, again, I'm just going to do a little 360 for anyone that's interested in how this speaker looks in general. If you're wondering what the bottom is, it just shows pretty much the Bluetooth information down there, the typical stuff, the model number, things like that. So I'm guessing the HKBT with Bluetooth speaker headset is going to pop up when you decide to sync it. I could be totally wrong about that, but that's my guess because it does say actual model number. But we'll find out together. Don't worry, we're going to go through that whole process. As for the instructions, matter of fact, let me cut away real fast and we'll do instructions. So yeah, you probably didn't really notice anything outside of the video pausing and playing. I just did that so it's easier to show you the instructions through timestamps. Anywho, like we said before, USB-C port, we already knew that. LED indicator, okay, so that's the little dot right here in the back. I didn't even notice that little dot. It's the LED indicator. And then we have the physical power button, which it says multi button. That's definitely different, but I'm assuming that it's a multi button. Yep, that powers on and powers off if you look right here. Let me just see if there's anything else to go over. No, not on that side. Okay, so over here, charging the speaker, it says 5-volt USB adapter not included. I will say that you can probably use other wall adapters that aren't 5 volts. I know most of us normally have like 15, 20, 25 volts for Samsung and Apple devices because they're the most common, or Motorola, things like that. But you technically could use those, but if I were you, plugging this up to like a multi-socket through USB is good enough, or like a PC to charge it. You shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. Just letting you know, if you pull out one of these 65-watt chargers, I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm just saying that that's a lot of power to run through a skimpy cord to go into a generic speaker, which is like $10, probably $20 online if you look regular price, because it didn't make its way to 5 Below. You have your power on instructions, and then you have your sync instructions, and it says short press multi-button to play and pause. Okay, so the only thing that multi-button does, it doubles down as a power button, and then a pause and play button, and you probably hold it to turn it off, and then you're good to go. So, seems pretty simplistic. No need to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and sync it. And as a matter of fact, we're going to sync it to a Steam Deck. Oops, got the shaky cam. Okay, Steam Deck is on. I'm going to go ahead and power this on. So we're going to hold the button together, see what it says. Okay, that's it. All right, it's powered on. My question is it in sync mode? I might have to hold that power button and put it in sync mode, but I'm going to double check just in case. Something tells me that it's not in sync mode. So we're going to go over here to where it says settings, down to Bluetooth. Now you might be wondering why in some of these videos I've been using a Oh, here we go. HBBK speaker head. So yeah, as soon as you power it on, it automatically puts itself in pairing mode. This is what I'm going to say to you guys. If you unsync the speaker for any reason and you turn it back on and it doesn't put itself back in pairing mode, you might have to hold the power button for a few seconds when powering it on to put it back in sync mode. And of course, for anyone that's wondering, just send me a message. Unfortunately, I haven't been responding to a lot of them. I do apologize for that because I've been running multiple channels. Sometimes messages just disappear where you guys will leave a comment. It's not even bad. And when I try to check it in YouTube Studio, all of a sudden it just magically disappears. So it's not me ignoring you. It just happens. So very simple, easy to sync. Let me get that glare out of there. Yeah, very simple and easy to sync. You shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. And that's it. That's pretty much it. Let's go over to the next section. And that is going to be the quality of music or quality of sound in general whenever you're playing something. So if you don't know what this game is, I'm going to explain it to you. It's actually called Bloodstain Ritual. It's not Ritual of the Night. I'm thinking of the other game, but it is called Bloodstain. Oh, it is Ritual of the Night. You know what's funny? I was thinking of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That's an older game you guys don't know. Now, hopefully this video doesn't get copyright struck, but the reason I'm doing this because it is a video game, right? And for me, I feel like the best way to really test a speaker isn't always the music that I play. You know, normally I'm playing things like A$AP Rocky. Sorry, wrong person. I have been listening to his music lately, and I'm trying out different artists to see if I like or dislike them. But I do try out different songs all the time when I play Bluetooth, but that's kind of boring. Sometimes some people don't use Bluetooth for songs at all. Instead, they use it for TV, or they might hook this up to a computer or a monitor. They may not have a speaker set or can't afford it, and they want something cutesy to be right next to their computer that also doubles down as a speaker. And here you go. You have one of these. So I want to put this right here, and we're going to play this game for a few minutes. Let me just get myself ready. Okay. It's actually very responsive. I'll give it that. Normally when you have these type of things, these speakers, a lot of times you'll swipe or swing. If you're playing a game, put it this way, it's not able to keep up with the sound profile of the game itself. Some speakers tend to clutter and have issues in the background where if it plays background music along with vocals and things, it starts to stutter. And I used to have that problem initially when I first started this channel, but now speakers from Five Below and other places have gotten substantially better where they virtually don't have that issue at all. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Now, hopefully those get copyrighted. I hope it doesn't. I am playing the game after all. All right. Sounds good so far. Now, what I do want to say is that this speaker does not have bass. I need you guys to understand that if you're one of those people where you're looking for bass in your speaker set, this is not going to be the one for you. It doesn't sound bad or anything. It actually is pretty loud. The Steam Deck isn't at its loudest at the moment. I'm actually going to turn it up right now. So let me pause it and turn this up for you guys. All right. Nice sound. I mean, it is a little muffled, if we're being honest here. Turn it down a little bit. Yeah, to be honest with you, the speaker is very, very muffled. It's responsive, and that's a good thing. Normally, when you have responsive speakers, when you don't have responsive speakers, I can give you an example. I've had speakers in the past where I might play a game, right, and it started stuttering and lagging the speaker itself. The game is running fine, but then the speaker would pick up sounds 2, 3, 4 seconds later. So if you're in a market of podcasting, for example, let me turn this down a little bit. If you're in the market of podcasting, this speaker, and you want to listen to something out loud, it's going to run it just fine. Though the louder the noises, it is going to struggle. Like when this was turned all the way up, you heard the volume. It doesn't do well with intense volume, in my opinion. The vocals do sound a little cloudy. And again, this is me coming from actually listening to multiple devices on the speaker. Now, to the average person that may not have many Bluetooth headphones or is a regular shopper at Ross or Burlington or Five Below, and it's not to make fun of you, it's just to say that your quality of speakers that you're used to listening to, something like this might be perfectly fine. But for the person coming from a Bose speaker, from a Soundcore speaker, from even a JLab. I don't know if JLab makes speakers, but what the company I was thinking of, a Skull Candy speaker that seems to be common at these department stores, even non-name brand stuff. For example, do I have anything near me? Yeah, actually, no, I don't have anything. That's Five Below. Here we go. I reviewed the Silo. It wasn't bad in terms of sound. That was a product that was at Ross. Those tend to have better speakers inside of them. This is more so for the aesthetic. And if you're giving it to someone as a gift, or again, I would put this in my display case for my figurines to just have a Hello Kitty head just sitting there. And that's probably what I'm going to do with it, if we're being honest here. But let me just play a little. As a matter of fact, let's go over to another game and do another sound profile so you guys can hear it. So this is, what game is this? Tomb Raider? As a matter of fact, this is an older, not older, but this is more the recent one. I forgot. I think I got this game for like $2 some change. I had it on PS3 or 4 at the time. I forget how long ago it is. But as you can see, let me turn it up. I'm sorry. Let me turn this volume real fast for you guys. That's how it sounds with like rain effects. So for the person out there, you could definitely tell, oh, there's the thunder. And that's just why I'm playing it, so you guys can see how well it can keep up with these type of sounds. I have a gun. You know what's funny? I actually forgot how to completely play this game. I don't remember how to change weapons. They're starting to come back to me slightly. Alright. Honestly, it's faster to just jump. Alright. So the sound doesn't sound horrible or anything, especially if you were to play this out loud. The thunder, everything is meshing very well, believe it or not. This is really surprising to me. And again, I know some people are probably thinking, play music instead. Nah, this actually is a better test in my opinion, because, you know, when you tend to do these type of things right here, it really tests the speaker's capabilities. It's kind of like when you use a cell phone and I run programs in the background, Canva, U-Cut and other things to see how well the processor handles stress. Because if it can't handle stress, that means you're going to have a laggy phone or something. But it sounds pretty good. Actually, this sounds better with this than it did with the Hello Kitty speaker. But, you know, at the end of the day, what is going on here? Yeah, think about it. Why am I in this cave? Is there more? I guess there's not more to the cave, huh? Well, whatever. Video purposes. I mean, it sounds pretty good. I like it. The speaker isn't bad. Now, what I will say is, compared to a lot of the speakers that I normally check on my channel, it's not better than a lot of them. I'm not even going to sit here and lie and act like it is. The speakers that are normally on my channel sound much better than this one, if we're being completely honest here. But this one, I mean, it works well. It's Hello Kitty, so you have that physical aesthetic that people like. And it does well enough. And it does have a 5-hour battery life, which really does make the difference, if we're being honest here. But outside of that, yeah, I think that's a good enough test for the sound section. And I would like to, you know, give you guys a conclusion about, is it actually worthwhile or not? So to answer the question whether this is a worthwhile speaker, I'm going to go ahead and say yes. And I'm going to explain why. Even if you watched the test, you might have been a little disappointed in the sound profile, but just hear me out. Normally when I buy speakers, I always test the battery life. I test other things about it to make sure that it works at the highest degree. Granted, I did say that this sound a little bit muffled. I'm not going to lie and act like it doesn't. As a matter of fact, I would go ahead and say that something like this probably sounds better overall than that in terms of overall. Though the volume on the speaker is actually pretty good. If you're speaking to multiple people, mean like 1 or 2 other people inside of a room, you're probably going to drown the sound out on the speaker. The good aspect is that it is 5 hours of battery life and 2 hours to charge. Normally it's 2 hours to charge and then 2-hour battery life, or 1.5 hours, and which makes no sense whatsoever, which shows that some of these companies are putting up really bad products on purpose. But this one surprisingly does have a decent battery life, and I'm assuming because they had the Hello Kitty name that they had to do the bare minimum. Now when it comes to clarity of music or video quality, not video quality, I'm sorry, clarity of music quality, it's not quite there. It does sound very muffled. Like, let's say you were to buy a Kobe headset. You know how that sounds? They're not horrible most of the times. Like, they're over the head, but they're also not up to par. It's like, it's just average at best. There's nothing to really write home about the speaker in terms of quality of sound. But again, that 5-hour battery life really does make a difference if you're listening to podcasts, if you're listening to something on your computer, if you have this attached to your phone or tablet or Nintendo Switch or whatever it is that you're using. You are going to be able to have a louder volume where you won't have to wear a headset, because some people don't like things or their hair, or they're not able to wear a headset, different disabilities, things like that. You may need a speaker. I think it's pretty cool looking too. The whole Hello Kitty aspect, where it does come in pink. I should have mentioned that in the beginning of the video, but I didn't. But the thumbnail should have did this. It speaks for itself. It comes in pink and it comes in red. It is $10. I can't tell you which Five Belows is that, because the one that I frequent is more so on Baltimore Pike, but I happen to get this one at 8th and Market, closer to, center city of Philadelphia. So it's definitely there. I don't know how long these are going to be there. It wasn't that many in stock to begin with, and stuff like this tends to fly off the shelf. So if you're going to get it sooner, put it in the closet, file it away as in someone's gift or an add-on gift when you get them something else. Whatever it is, it's not bad for $10. I did expect more in sound, but I do have to temper my expectations when shopping at places like Five Below, because just because I get discounts on products doesn't mean that another $10 product is going to be the same as, what I'm used to getting. Now, with that being said, I rambled on enough. It's a decent enough product. Purchase it. Like and subscribe like always, guys, and I will see y'all in the next video.